My name is Sherri Blankenship. I am superintendent for Hereford ISD. Kids are going to get sick. Staff is going to get sick. That's inevitable, right? Our goal is to minimize the spread of that infection. We started with GermBlast in 2020. We all know what happened in 2020 with the COVID and everything that went on with that. And so I think it really started making us, we've always paid attention to germs, but I don't know if we've paid attention to the drastic terms of it. And so when we all went through the pandemic, it just naturally brought that process into place. So when a parent or a student asks me what is GermBlast, my answer typically is just a great opportunity for us to continue to keep infection down. But also, one of the things that we love about GermBlast is they monitor our attendance. Attendance is critical to the overall nature of a student's success. And so the more that they're in school, the more successful they're going to be, because obviously they're getting that initial instruction in the classroom. And so I believe that that partnership between GermBlast and Hereford ISD has been critical to that, because again, kids being in the classroom, teachers being in the classroom, being able to instruct, and students being able to receive instruction, that's where the overall learning process happens. Finances obviously play a part in this, but when we talk about finances, one of the things that we talk about in terms of continuing to invest in GermBlast is what is the benefit of it. And so we have to look at the benefit outweighs sometimes those costs. And so when we look at what would we cut from a budget, for example, I don't think infection control is one of those things that we can take lightly. We really need to dive into and look at the social, emotional wellness of our students, and all three of those elements play into what GermBlast provides for us in terms of infection control. Our kids still get flu and strep, and I mean, you name it, right? They get it. From littles to the older ones. And so what we also find is our first year teachers struggle with that a lot. And so when we're analyzing that data and we start looking at classrooms, that's where sometimes we have to have that revisit come back into place, because sometimes a first year teacher is going to be more susceptible to things, and so they're naturally going to pick up on everything that a child brings to school with them. And if we can minimize that, again, I just can't stress enough the overall impact that has into the educational process. And so when we look at would we keep GermBlast or would we not keep GermBlast, I think we have to really seriously look at the overall benefits that it brings to the classroom that funnels down to individual students. I think we all benefit from the partnership with GermBlast. So if we can minimize infection in the schools and in the school environment, then we naturally minimize some of that at home as well. Because if the kids aren't sharing and spreading, kids are going to get sick, staff is going to get sick, that's inevitable, right? Our goal is to minimize the spread of that infection. And so if we can minimize that, we know at the school environment, how do we then minimize that at home environment? So if we can minimize them sharing it here at school, they're less likely to then take it home. So overall, I think it impacts our entire community.